Shankar Mishra urinated on co-flyer sacked as Wells Fargo vice president. Crew members and 2 pilots summoned for questioning by courts. Government tells Supreme Court on clearing names of judges recommended by Collegium that all efforts are being made to conform to typelines. 44 names likely to be cleared over the weekend. Crore extortion case continues to haunt actor Jacqueline Fernandez. Jackie appears in Delhi's Patiala House Court for hearing. Bollywood stands up to boycott bullies as Fringe rages against Pathan. Sunil Shetty seeks Yogi's help to shed the boycott stigma. And more excerpts from Prince Harry's book, The Spare, is out. Harry says he killed 25 people in Afghanistan without any regret or pride. Attacks William and Kate for targeting wife Meghan Markle. And the big breaking news that's coming in right now at 6 p.m. Shankar Mishra, the man who urinated on his female co-passenger, has been sacked by Wells Fargo. He was serving as an executive in the company, was a vice president at Wells Fargo. Now the company, seeing what he had engaged in, what he'd committed, has now fired him. Here's the statement that Wells Fargo has put out. I'm reading it out for you. It says, we hold employees to the highest standards of professional and personal behavior, and we find these allegations deeply disturbing. This individual has been terminated from Wells Fargo. We're cooperating with law enforcement and ask that any additional inquiries be directed to them. So while Shankar Mishra may be absconding, trying to evade the law, his company has now washed their hands off. He's been fired. Ankit Kumar is joining us with more details on this. Ankit, run us through, the communication that's come in from Wells Fargo. There have been a lot of questions of the company as well, and now they've chosen to distance themselves from this entire issue. Shankar Mishra, who was an executive, has been sacked.
That's right, Akshita. Just moments back, a company spokesperson has confirmed to India Today that Mr. Shankar Mishra has been terminated from the services. Remember, Wells Fargo is a publicly listed company controlling assets around 1.9 trillion US dollars. So it was only a matter of time before he was sacked. So last night we spoke to company spokesperson. They said that they were cooperating with the investigating agencies. Just moments away, they confirmed that while they have been assisting the investigations, in touch with the investigating agencies, they have also confirmed that the company now has taken Mr. Shankar, and that's it. So he was, as far as Mr. Shankar's career is concerned, he was the vice president working with the financial services company. The company, remember, also has an office in Bengaluru in India. Its head office is in California. It is publicly traded with the New York Stock Exchange. Other details about Mr. Shankar that we have known so far is that he, previous to this company, he also worked with the Citi Group. So he has, a very reputable career. But now, following the incident, which has been now widely reported in the mainstream media as well as on the social media, the company has been facing a lot of flack on the social media. The company, the US-based company, has now taken this decision to terminate Mr. Shankar's services from the multinational company. Akshita?
Okay, welcome action being taken there by Wells Fargo. Thanks very much, Ankit, for joining us with all of those details. Ankit reached out to Wells Fargo and they've confirmed to him that Shankar Mishra has now been terminated, sacked from his job. Wells Fargo saying they were shocked by the details that emerged about what Shankar Mishra had done on board that flight. So remember that the offender here, Shankar Mishra, who we're referring to, is absconding, and efforts are on to find this man who urinated on an elderly woman on a co-passenger on board an Air India New York to Delhi flight. The Delhi police are leading the investigation. They're on the lookout for the executive who's now been fired from Wells Fargo. He's not in Bengaluru, he's not in Mumbai, so the hunt continues.
India Today has tracked down the man responsible for peeing on a female co-passenger on board on Air India flight. This is Shankar Mishra, the Mumbai-based executive on the run over for his obnoxious behavior. Shankar Mishra's profile boasts of big career roles. Currently employed as Wells Fargo India Vice President, he was also once a Vice President at the city. Shankar Mishra is currently absconding after urinating on an elderly female co-passenger mid-air on a November 26th Air India flight from New York to Delhi. The Delhi police have launched a manhunt for him. They are seeking a lookout circular for the executive as he has not joined the investigation. The police have booked Mishra for several offences. The charges include indulging in an obscene act, outraging a woman's modesty, and misconduct in public by a drunk person. As police cast their net wide, Shankar Mishra could be running out of luck. With Poulami Saha and Arvind Ojha, Bureau Report, India Today.
The DGCA has now issued an advisory to all airlines with regards to handling of unruly passengers on board and the respective responsibilities as per regulations. What are the norms? All of that is being spelled out right now by the DGCA. Let me just read out parts of really what the DGCA has said. They've said in their notice, and I quote, in the recent past, DGCA has noticed a few incidents of unruly behavior and inappropriate conduct by passengers on board aircraft. It's observed that post holders, pilots and cabin crew members have failed to take appropriate action. Omission, non-action by the airlines towards such untoward incidents have tarnished the image of air travel in different segments of society. This is followed by steps that the DGCA has highlighted for airlines to follow, and also particularly for them to be informed if there's any case, even the smallest of unruly behavior that's reported on board an airline, it must be flagged up to the DGCA. The aviation body has also clearly said that there have been some instances where the cabin crew, the pilots, have been found lacking in their response to such acts, to such misbehavior by passengers. And this particular advisory is coming at a time when, of course, there's been a lot of questions about how Air India dealt with this entire incident of one of their passengers urinating on another passenger on board their flight. There have been questions asked to the cabin crew and the pilot, particularly over the fact that the female passenger, even after the trauma she faced, wasn't accommodated in the way she should have been by the cabin crew. And because of that, right now, you've got the DGCA once again reiterating exactly what the norms are and also stating that there must be steps taken. There cannot be omission, there cannot be any lack of action in this regard. They've also said very clearly that the DGCA must be informed in these circumstances and in case any report comes in of misbehavior on board a flight. Now, in this particular statement, which is a very important one, the DGCA has also highlighted how there have been, in fact, several incidents in the last few times, not highlighting particularly the Air India episode, but saying that we've seen a lot of these and that's why action is needed right now. Poulami Saha is joining us with more details on this. Poulami, can you highlight some of the big takeaways from that communication from the DGCA to airlines?
Akshita, you know that the DGCA has taken strong, offense to the way that Air India operated in these circumstances, and that is why they've reiterated and sent out this advisory, which is already enumerated in the civil aviation requirements, the car, which is basically the rules and procedures of how you operate. It has sent out a reiterating advisory to all the heads of operations of these scheduled airlines as to how they should be dealing with, unruly passengers. In terms of the responsibility of the pilots, they say that the pilot in command is responsible for the safety of the passengers and the cargo carried and for maintenance of flight discipline and safety of the members of the crew, in addition to being responsible for the operation and safety of the aircraft during flight. As far as the pilot's role is concerned, the pilot is responsible for assessing the situation quickly if the cabin crew can control the situation and accordingly relay this information to the airline central control on ground for further action. Also, the CAR mandates, the civil aviation requirements mandate that upon landing of the aircraft, airline representatives shall lodge an FIR with the concerned security agency at the aerodrome, to whom the unruly passenger shall be handed over. The role of the cabin crew, in fact, to diffuse the critical situation until it becomes clear that there is no way to resolve it through verbal communication and a written notice to passenger. Also, applying restraining devices should be used when all conciliatory approaches have been exhausted. That is how a cabin crew should be, in fact, dealing with an unruly passenger. Also, very crucially, the responsibility of the director in-flight services, cabin safety. Remember that this is one of the individuals who has been showcased by the DGCA at Air India as well. The role of the director in-flight services, he or she is responsible for reporting any such incident in prescribed format given under cabin safety circular 2/2010 to DGCA. So they are supposed to report the matter to the DGCA. The DGCA, as you know, in a statement that it released yesterday, said they only found out about this incident, which had happened on the 26th of November 2022, on the 4th of January 2023. That's when the media reported about it, Akshita.
All right, so the DGCA very clearly reiterating exactly what are the norms, what are the guidelines to be followed in case of any misbehavior on board a flight. Thanks, Pauline, for joining us with all of those details. Now, the DGCA's communication comes obviously as horror details continue to emerge in the urination horror. The search continues for Shankar Mishra. You've got a multi-city manhunt that's underway, but his legal team has now come out with WhatsApp chats between the victim and Shankar Mishra to kind of claim that there was some compromise that was being worked out. His arrest, however, appears to be imminent.
The hunt is on for Shankar Mishra, the man who urinated on an elderly woman on a New York-Delhi flight. Mishra, who is a vice president at Wells Fargo, is said to be on the run. The Delhi police is likely to issue a lookout notice against him. He is charged with sexual harassment, obscenity, assaulting a woman, and misconduct by a drunk person.
This house here belongs to Shankar Mishra as per the address officially on the passport. Here you can see there is a car which says Advocate Bombay High Court, and when we visited this house and tried to approach, it seems that this house is already locked and nobody is inside. The Delhi police team is in Mumbai. They are on a search for Shankar Mishra.
India Today has accessed WhatsApp chats between Shankar and the senior citizen woman passenger who was peed on by him. On 27th November, 24 hours after the mid-air urinating horror, Shankar gave 5,000 rupees to the woman the next day. On the 28th of November, he transferred another 10,000 rupees. He texted the lady to say that he had sent her clothes and shoes to be cleaned. On 4th of December, Shankar got the lady's belongings delivered to her. Few days later, the woman passenger's daughter returned 15,000 rupees to Shankar, saying that the lady was still very traumatized, upset, outraged and angry.
The statements which are recorded before the inquiry committee by the cabin crew, they show no eyewitness to the incident, and all the statements are merely hearsay evidence. Also, he was not in a state where he remembers exactly what happened, but just discovering that what the allegations that have been put on him, he was very, very apologetic, and rest everything is in the hands of the court, like it's a matter of trial.
Show cause by the airline regulator. CEO of Air India has now written to the employees asking them to report improper passenger behavior to authorities, even if the issue has been settled. Campbell Wilson says he understands how the victim felt and that there are some lessons to be learned. Time is running out for Shankar Mishra. The big question now is, when will he be arrested? Bureau Report, India Today.
Delhi Civic Centre turns boxing ring. Chair punches fly inside house. AAP appointment of 10 aldermen unconstitutional.
You can see the fact that our councillor Praveen Kumar was attacked. His hand is bleeding, his shirt has been torn. Till the house can be carried on in a legal and constitutional manner, till then the house should be suspended.
BJP says, are playing victim card.
हमारी बहुत सारी महिला पार्षदों के साथ भी बदतमीजी हुई और अन्य चीजें हुई. जिस प्रकार से ये लोग साइट कर रहे हैं नियम, वो गलत साइट कर रहे हैं.
Delhi Dangal on mayor poll, top focus on 6 p.m. Prime.
Now, as we witnessed a dangal play out in Delhi yet again, this time in the MCD House, Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has waded in, writing to the Delhi Lieutenant Governor again, alleging blatant misuse of powers by the Lieutenant Governor Saxena. He's expressed deep concern also over the MCD crisis. According to Kejriwal, he said that the Lieutenant Governor is running a parallel government, issuing orders, publishing notification by bypassing the elected government. He's also said, please allow the elected government to fulfill the dreams of 2 crore Delhiites. The Lieutenant Governor is directly issuing orders on practically every subject. Now, this comes after the showdown that we witnessed at the MCD House, where one of the big bones of contention were the fact that, in fact, you had aldermen being chosen without the Delhi government being consulted, when usually the government is consulted before the file is passed through. Now, beyond that, Kejriwal has also alleged that the Lieutenant Governor has told the Delhi government's right to appoint the Hajj committee members, and that he's nominated a new committee without even consulting the elected government. So this is the latest showdown now, with Arvind Kejriwal alleging that the Lieutenant Governor is bypassing the government on every single issue, not consulting the AAP government on issues that usually the government has a say in, the latest being the Hajj committee. Kumar Kunal is joining us with more details on this. Kumar, you've got Kejriwal writing this all-out attack and this letter to the Lieutenant Governor, where he's essentially alleged that you're doing everything you can to stop the functioning of the Delhi government. Of course, the premise of this is what happened right now in the MCD House today, and the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party said that the aldermen who were chosen, there was no consultation of the Delhi government for that.
Exactly, and this is second letter in the 2 days. Yesterday also, the Delhi Lieutenant Governor, a letter has been sent to Delhi Lieutenant Governor by Delhi Chief Minister, and similar allegations were made even yesterday. And now a fresh letter has been sent to Delhi Lieutenant Governor B.K. Saxena by Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. He has alleged that actually, Delhi Lieutenant Governor is intruding in the rights and whatever has to be done by Delhi government. The rights of the elected governments are being violated by not just by the Lieutenant Governor, but even by the Chief Secretary. They are not taking any advice from the elected government, neither from the Chief Minister nor from the ministers, and that's why this is not correct constitutionally and legally, and hence he has written to Lieutenant Governor showing his quite discomfort, and even he is not sounding very happy by the terms and conditions through which some of the notifications are being issued. Mainly, his concerns are regarding to the notification issued for the aldermen, and secondly, even today a Hajj committee has been constituted. Although Lieutenant Governor office is also telling that when the Hajj committee notification has been done, even 2 of the Aam Aadmi Party
let's talk about the Hajj committee. Yes, what you're mentioning right there, Kumar, that's the next big breaking news that's coming in. Kejriwal has alleged that, the Delhi government wasn't consulted on the Hajj committee, but the Lieutenant Governor B.K. Saxena has constituted the Delhi State Hajj Committee for a period of 3 years with immediate effect. And there are AAP representatives in the Hajj committee. The newly constituted Delhi Hajj panel has 1 MP, Gautam Gambhir from the BJP, 2 MLAs, Haji Yunus as well as Abdur Rahman, both are from the Aam Aadmi Party, and 1 councillor from the Congress as well. So Aam Aadmi Party alleged that the Congress councillor was given a post which would be favourable to the BJP. They claim they weren't consulted either. But right now the Hajj committee does have representation from the AAP. There are 2 AAP members who are a part of this committee that's been formed by the Lieutenant Governor. But let's focus on what played out at the MCD House, at the Municipal Corporation House of the National Capital. It was shameful to say the least, because you look at what happened there, right there. All of the representatives, and we're not going to point fingers on one of them, BJP, AAP, all of them were there, resorting to this kind of hooliganism, nothing short of that. This fierce face-off between AAP and BJP derailed the meeting of what was supposed to be a day when the mayor of Delhi would be chosen. Councillors of 2 parties came to blows over the sequence of oath-taking, and thereby the proceedings ended without any election. Let's get you all the details in our next report.
Punches thrown, chairs flying. The first meeting of the newly elected municipal councillors of Delhi on Friday resembled a war zone. The House adjourned without electing the mayor and deputy mayor. Chaos started when Aam Aadmi Party councillors and MLAs raised slogans as presiding officer Satya Sharma began administering oath to the 10 members nominated by the Lieutenant Governor. Soon Aam Aadmi Party and BJP councillors were attacking each other. They even used chairs to target rivals. AAP leader Saurabh Bharadwaj claimed the decision to give oath to the nominated members first was unconstitutional. He alleged it was done at the LG's behest.
नॉमिनेटेड काउंसलर हाउस के अंदर वोट नहीं डालता। आज एमसीडी के अफसरों के पास एलजी हाउस से मैसेज है कि एल्डरमैन जो कि नॉमिनेटेड काउंसलर है उनके वोट कराने हैं, जो कि असंवैधानिक है, बेईमानी है। और इस बेईमानी के चलते उन्होंने हमारे एक पार्षद को पीटा है, उसको खून निकल गया, उसको कांच से मारा है, जो कि बहुत दुर्भाग्यपूर्ण है।
Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal and Deputy CM claimed the law debars nominated members from voting in the House. Sources in the LG office claim the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act of 1957 allows the administrator or the LG to nominate 10 members. As the House proceedings ended with mayor elections, Aam Aadmi Party and BJP blamed each other.
भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सारे नेता, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता गुंडे हैं, लफंगे हैं, बदतमीज हैं, ये सबको पता है। सबसे पहले गैर कानूनी, गैर संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया से पीठासीन अधिकारी को बनाते हैं, फिर गैर संवैधानिक प्रक्रिया से पार्षदों को नॉमिनेट करते हैं।
एनार्किस्ट किस्म के लोग हैं और एनार्की फैलाना ही इनका काम है। आपने पहले भी देखा है और आज फिर देख रहे हैं। जब संख्या इनके पास है तो इनको डर किस बात का है? ये जो दबंगई है, जो गुंडागर्दी है, वो इनके सांसदों के द्वारा आप राज्यसभा में भी देखते हैं और यहाँ पर आप हॉल में भी देख रहे हैं।
The date for next session of the House to elect a mayor and deputy mayor will be decided by the LG. The war is far from over. With Sushant Mehra from MCD House in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And let's break down exactly what triggered this kind of a violent showdown, as you see on your screens there, between the BJP and the AAP, the war of words between the 2 parties. Well, essentially, you have the Aam Aadmi Party saying that these councillors, am I referring to the nominated members, they were chosen without consulting the Delhi government. They're saying the norm is to consult the Delhi government. The BJP is saying that the Lieutenant Governor is capable of going ahead with these nominations without consulting the Delhi government. They're saying that is protocol. There's no need to rope in the Delhi government on this. The AAP essentially is saying that the Lieutenant Governor is acting unconstitutionally and trying to fill the standing committee with BJP members and therefore benefit the Bharatiya Janata Party. What has the BJP said in response to that? They're saying that the AAP, as always, is trying to play the victim card, that there's no proof or nothing at all, no basis to these allegations. The AAP has also further gone on to state that the Lieutenant Governor is trying to obstruct policies of the MCD. AAP referring to the mandate, saying, look, we have the people's mandate, but the LG is blocking that. The BJP has gone on to refute that, saying AAP has no respect for constitutional provisions. So both declaring the other to be unconstitutional here. Beyond that, if you look at really what the Aam Aadmi Party is saying, they're also saying that protocol is not being followed right now. That BJP's dirty tricks department, as several AAP leaders have put it, changed the protocol that is in place, which is that the Delhi government is consulted and that elected representatives take oath first. Nominated members instead were taking oath first. The BJP has said that the Aam Aadmi Party has ignored new provisions under the amended MCD Act, referring to the fact that this is the first time you actually have a unified MCD. Now, the AAP also saying that the BJP and the Lieutenant Governor are working hand in hand, should stop making a mockery of rules. As I mentioned, AAP is saying they're acting unconstitutionally, undemocratically. The BJP has responded saying MCD is now accountable to the central government. So you see how this is playing out. It's very, very clear that this is going to continue to snowball. There's no way that the AAP and the BJP are any time now going to be seeing eye to eye. We'll track the latest on all of the political updates coming in from the national capital. On the other side of a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime, we're focusing on the big boycott Bollywood tirade and the counter that's coming in from Bollywood. Sunil Shetty directly appealing to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. What was his message to the UP Chief Minister? We'll tell you in just a bit.
The men and women who built Indian industry, and the young guns who are shaping tomorrow's India. From storied careers to unicorn dreams.
The equity market is a dynamic space that needs sharper insights and perfect timing. What stock, what fund, what to pick and what to sell.
How do you make money on the markets? And what are the superior strategies for a winning portfolio?
Your questions answered by 30 years
of undisputed leadership.
Only at the Market Today Summit.
Cracks on walls, water seepage, land caving in. The holy town of Joshimath in Uttarakhand is crumbling. Located at a height of 6,000 feet in Chamoli district, Joshimath, which falls on the route to Badrinath and Hemkund Sahib, is in a high-risk seismic zone. The cracks on the walls and floors are getting deeper and wider with each passing day. More than 500 houses in the city have been affected by the landslide.
हम यहाँ से चल करके देहरादून गए हैं मुख्यमंत्री के पास। मुख्यमंत्री सुनने को तैयार नहीं है। 40 सेकंड उन्होंने मेरी बात नहीं सुनी। बैठने के लिए नहीं कहा लोगों को। और जब विधायक बद्रीनाथ ने कहा कि क्या हम चले जाएं, तो उन्होंने कहा चले जाइए, टका सा जवाब दे दिया।
विगत 1.5 साल से हम लगातार पत्रचार व्यवहार कर रहे हैं। समय समय पर इनको जागृत कर रहे हैं कि यहाँ की शुद्ध है और जो पानी आ रहा है, जो इतनी क्रैकिंग घरों में पड़ गई है, ये जोशीमठ डुबाने का पूरा कोशिश प्रशासन शासन द्वारा किया जा रहा है, जो कि यहाँ की जनता की सुध नहीं ले रहे हैं।
Over 30 families have been evacuated to safer locations. Hundreds of residents are on the streets demanding government help as land erosion threatens their homes. Their call for a bandh has left tourists stranded. Residents held a torchlight procession against the government's blind eye to land subsidence due to earthquakes.
जोशीमठ में एक बड़ा मसाल जुलूस निकाला जा रहा है। जोशीमठ लगातार धंसता जा रहा है और आज पूरी जोशीमठ की जनता शाम के समय पे सड़कों पे उतरकर मसाल जुलूस निकाल रही है। मसाल जुलूस के माध्यम से एक संदेश देने की कोशिश की जा रही है कि जोशीमठ को बचाया जाए।
Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami has assured necessary steps would be taken.
जो भी सर्वेक्षण की रिपोर्ट आई है उसके आधार पर हम आगे काम कर रहे हैं। अभी हमने इसके लिए एक समीक्षा बैठक भी कर ली है। आपदा प्रबंधन विभाग को पूरी तरह से अलर्ट कर दिया है, जिलाधिकारी को। जो भी वहां पर जिस प्रकार के भी प्रबंध करने होंगे, विस्थापन की जो कार्रवाई करनी होगी, जो ट्रीटमेंट करना होगा, वो सभी कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं।
People of Joshimath are in despair. Their livelihoods and life savings are at stake as the town one of the most important pilgrimage sites in the country, is left on shaky grounds. Bureau Report, India Today.
Welcome back. Pathaan starring Shah Rukh Khan, Deepika Padukone and John Abraham continues to be in the midst of endless controversies. Sonu Nigam, Sunil Shetty, all of these Bollywood personalities have now spoken out against the boycott Bollywood trend. They interacted with Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath in Mumbai and raised alarm over this boycott Bollywood trend that's now been targeting Bollywood films for the last many years now. Here's more details on this.
Massive protests, vacant theatre halls for big budget movies, doomed box office collections. After 2 years of COVID hiatus, Bollywood is yet to recover. And for that, the industry blames the hashtag boycott Bollywood movement on social media. The concern found voice when Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath met Bollywood faces on Thursday, inviting them to invest in his state.
Hashtag boycott Bollywood आपके कहने से ही ये रुक भी सकता है, क्योंकि फिलहाल ऑडियंस के दिमाग में यही है कि बॉलीवुड यानी हिंदी सिनेमा यानी जगह अच्छी नहीं है। हमने अच्छी फिल्में भी की है। ये जो हमारे ऊपर स्टिग्मा जो लगा हुआ है वो हटना बहुत जरूरी है। आई थिंक ऑल ऑफ अस विल एग्री विद दैट। बाहर के देशों से और भारतीयों से अगर किसी ने जोड़ा है तो वो है म्यूजिक, हमारी कहानी। तो आई थिंक उस पर अगर हम ध्यान दें और आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी से भी अगर आप ये कहें तो बहुत फर्क पड़ सकता है।
Underscoring Bollywood's importance in keeping social harmony intact, Chief Minister Adityanath said Bollywood should look at the positive side of criticism.
फिल्मों ने बहुत बड़ा योगदान दिया है, नेशनल इंटीग्रिटी में भी और समाज को जोड़ने में। अगर हिंदी फिल्मों ने हिंदी के प्रचार प्रसार में जितना बड़ा योगदान दिया है, हमें उस अच्छाई को देखना होगा जो लोगों के मनोरंजन के साथ साथ उनके ज्ञानवर्धन के लिए राष्ट्रीय एकता और अखंडता की दृष्टि से बड़ी भूमिका का निर्वहन करते हैं। और ये हमारी फिल्मों ने हमेशा किया है, हमें उसको उसी दृष्टिकोण से देखना होगा।
Actor Sunil Shetty, who made the impassioned appeal to the UP Chief Minister, stressed on the need to end boycott Bollywood trend in his interview to India Today as well.
कहीं न कहीं सीएम साहब ने भी पहले यही कहा कि नहीं, हिंदी फिल्म का कंट्रीब्यूशन बहुत रहा है ग्रोथ ऑफ इंडिया, ग्रोथ ऑफ द कल्चर, ग्रोथ ऑफ द पीपल, स्टेट वाइज। तो अच्छी बात है, कहीं ना कहीं शुरुआत हुई है।
Why do you think why has the situation come about कि इस तरीके के हैशटैग चैनल? Do you think that it is all politicized?
Absolutely, and some group is working against us. My only request is that this should stop.
जहाँ तक सवाल है उसका, मेरे ख्याल से सबको सर झुका के चलना चाहिए। जो लोग सोशल मीडिया पर है उनको भी, और जो कलाकार हैं उन दोनों को सर झुका के चलना चाहिए।
Actor Abhay Deol called the cancel culture stupid.
But do I believe in cancel culture and bans, this, that and the other? I think it's more nuanced than that. I don't think banning everything outright or anything outright will... Banning doesn't necessarily let something go away, it just goes underground. If you want to make an issue of something, it's very easy to make an issue of something.
The Bollywood's appeal to Yogi Adityanath came a day after a right-wing outfit went berserk at a shopping mall in Ahmedabad. Bajrang Dal workers tore down posters of Shah Rukh Khan's upcoming movie Pathan. They warned against releasing the film in theatres. Pathan, which stars Deepika Padukone, Shah Rukh Khan and John Abraham, is slated to hit the screens on January 25. The movie first ran into controversy over its song Besharam Rang, which showed Deepika in a saffron bikini.
अपनी कुर्सी की पेटी बांध लीजिए। मौसम बिगड़ने वाला है और कुछ दिनों से हम लोग यहाँ पर नहीं आए हैं, आप लोगों से मुखातिब नहीं हो पाए हैं, आप लोगों से मिल नहीं पाए हैं, लेकिन अब दुनिया जो है नॉर्मल हो गई है। हम सब खुश हैं, मैं सबसे ज्यादा खुश हूं और ये बात बताने में मुझे बिल्कुल भी आपत्ति नहीं है कि दुनिया कुछ भी कर ले, मैं और आप लोग और जितने भी पॉजिटिव लोग हैं सब के सब जिंदा हैं।
The producers were later forced to make many changes after instructions from the censor board chief. Can Shah Rukh Khan survive the boycott Bollywood brigade remains to be seen. Bureau Report, India Today.
Bollywood sending out a very clear message. Enough is enough. We've had enough. We're going to speak out now against this entire boycott brigade. So while you've got Sunil Shetty speaking out now, Shah Rukh Khan, Amitabh Bachchan both had sent out their own messages on the boycott culture. This was the opening ceremony of the Kolkata International Film Festival. Take a look at what both the superstars really said.
और कुछ दिनों से हम लोग यहाँ पर नहीं आए हैं, आप लोगों से मुखातिब नहीं हो पाए हैं, आप लोगों से मिल नहीं पाए हैं, लेकिन अब दुनिया जो है नॉर्मल हो गई है। हम सब खुश हैं, मैं सबसे ज्यादा खुश हूं और ये बात बताने में मुझे बिल्कुल भी आपत्ति नहीं है कि दुनिया कुछ भी कर ले, मैं और आप लोग और जितने भी पॉजिटिव लोग हैं सब के सब जिंदा हैं।
But even now, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm sure my colleagues on stage will agree, questions are being raised on civil liberties and freedom of expression. Since those early times, there have been many changes in cinema content. Art house cinema, the advent of the angry young man of the 70s and 80s, viewed against the frustration of countless unemployed youth, to the current brand of historicals, couched in fictionalized jingoism, along with moral policing. The range has kept audiences reflecting on the politics and social concerns of our times through single screens, videos, multiplexes, and now the burgeoning OTT.
And with that, I'm slipping into a short break here on 6 p.m. Prime. We'll be right back with lots more news and updates. Stay with us.
A young girl hit and dragged for 12 kilometers. Delhi's law and order is back in focus, and a raging political war is playing out over who is responsible for the dismal state of affairs in the national capital. Days after Anjali was mowed down and killed by 5 men in a car on New Year, Delhi Deputy CM Manish Sisodia visited the victim's family. Leading a delegation of AAP workers, Sisodia assured the family of all possible legal and financial help.
सरकार की ओर से जो 10 लाख रुपए इस पॉलिसी के तहत दिया जा सकता है वो सीएम साहब ने मैक्सिमम की घोषणा की है। साथ साथ इनके परिवार की यहाँ मांग थी कि भाई हमारे परिवार में किसी व्यक्ति को तुरंत नौकरी पे भी रखा जाए। जल्द से जल्द उनको किसी तरह का रोजगार दिलाने की कोशिश करेंगे।
The Congress, meanwhile, has lashed out at both AAP and BJP for resorting to the usual tu-tu, me-me over safety of women.
दिल्ली पुलिस का एक शर्मनाक
गैर जिम्मेदाराना खेल शुरू होता है भाजपा के उस नेता को और अपनी छवि को बचाने के लिए, जो बिल्कुल निंदनीय, जिसे बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा।
The BJP meanwhile is fighting fire with fire, condemning the horrific incident and reiterating their faith in the Delhi police.
देखिए, मैं आपको आश्वस्त करता हूँ, देश के गृह मंत्री आदरणीय अमित शाह जी ने स्वयं संज्ञान इसका लिया है। जो गुनाहगार हैं उनको सजा मिलेगी और पुलिस लगातार छानबीन कर रही है।
जो भी इसमें दोषी है, वो जो 5 लड़के हैं वो भी, और जो पुलिस अधिकारी जिन्होंने उचित कार्रवाई ठीक समय पे नहीं की, सबके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, सख्त से सख्त कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, इसमें कोई बख्शा नहीं जाना चाहिए।
While political parties bicker, the reality is nothing has changed in Delhi. Governments come and go, power shifts from one party to another, but the crime rates in Delhi remain unchanged. Bureau Report, India Today.
What about, and you spoke about it, I just want to take that point forward, short term versus long term. Ideally, from a policy planning point of view and to encourage savings and wealth creation, I believe government has that objective also to look forward to. A time-related differential may be argued against. For many years, it's been argued for. Do you think this time differential should go?
The whole idea of the time was kept because you wanted to differentiate between an investor and a speculator. So somebody who's coming into the market and doing a small trade and then moving out. He gives liquidity to the market. He's a very important player in the market. But at the same time, whether he should be getting the same benefits or not is something which a decision needs to be taken. So I would say that while you are framing your policy, you can bring in new concepts, but this is generally the concept that is there in the capital gains where you try and differentiate. For example, last year I recall the housing market had come to me and said that for houses also we should have the long-term capital gains kicking in after 12 months. And my simple question to them was that do we purchase houses to keep them for a year and then sell them off? So suddenly there was a silence in the room. Mm-hmm. So I would say you have to keep all these aspects, and what you say is right. I need these players who come for very short while, especially in the financial market, in the equity market, because they provide liquidity. But I also want people for the long term because they give stability to returns, they give stability to the market. So how do I incentivize is a decision we need to take. But at this point of time, I think rather than going whole stock and barrel and rethinking or reinventing the wheel, if we can take certain things for given and then make changes so that it is simple to implement, simple to understand, and people invest because the product is good or product is not as good, but not because there is a tax advantage.
Let's get your breaking news coming in from poll-bound Karnataka, where another political controversy has erupted. A big revelation has come to the fore a day after NIA conducted raids in Shivamogga in an ISIS case. Among the 6 accused is the son of a Congress bloc secretary in Udupi, the son of a Congress leader identified as Tajuddin. The son's name is Rishan. Now, Rishan has been seen in several instances, as you see on the right of your screens there, with Sidramaya, with DK Shivkumar. These images are now going viral. BJP is claiming that the Congress leader is a close aide of Sidramaya and DK Shivkumar, and it's his son who's now been held by the NIA after they conducted elaborate raids just yesterday in Shivamogga, and this is all in connection with an ISIS case. Now the BJP has gone all out, all guns blazing against the Congress, saying that this man is someone who's linked to both Sidramaya and DK Shivkumar.
NIA ಎಣ್ಣೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂಧಿತರಾದಂಥ ರಿಶಾಂತ್ ಅವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಉಡುಪಿಯ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮವರ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಮುಖಂಡರಾದಂಥ ಅದರ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿಯಾದಂಥ ತಾಜುದ್ದೀನ್ ಶೇಖ್ ಅವರ ಮಗ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಅವನ ಬಂಧನ ಆಗಿದೆ, ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಬಹಳ ಆತಂಕಕರವಾದಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊರಹೊಮ್ಮುತ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾವು ಎನ್ಐಎಯನ್ನು ಸರ್ಕಾರವನ್ನು ಆಗ್ರಹಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಇದನ್ನು ತನಿಖೆಯನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೂ ತೀವ್ರಗೊಳಿಸಿ ಈ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ, ಕರಾವಳಿ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ನಷ್ಟು ಇಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳು ಅಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಗೂಢ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾರ್ಯಾಚರಣೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಸಂಶಯಗಳು ಇವತ್ತು ಇದೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹಲವಾರು ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದು ಹಿಜಾಬ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಆದಾಗಲೂ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೇನೆ, ಇದು ಕರಾವಳಿಯ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಆತಂಕ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಕೇಸ್ಗಳಾದಾಗ, ಈಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ ಕುಕ್ಕರ್ನ ಕೇಸ್ ಆದದ್ರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತು. ಆದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಸಮಗ್ರವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇಂಥ ಹಲವಾರು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುವಂಥ ಚಾನ್ಸಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದನ್ನು ಕರಾವಳಿ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಎನ್ಐಎ ಗಮನ ಇಟ್ಟು ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಆಗ್ರಹವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪಕ್ಷಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ತಾಜಾವುದ್ದೀನ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯದರ್ಶಿ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ನ ಬಹಳ ಸಕ್ರಿಯ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾಜಿ ಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಗಳಾದ ಸಿದ್ದರಾಮಯ್ಯನವರ ಆಪ್ತ, DK ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಅವರ ಆಪ್ತ, ನಮ್ಮ ಖಾದರ್ ಅವರ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಆಪ್ತ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇಂಥ ಒಬ್ಬ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಮುಖಂಡನ ಮಗ ಈ ರೀತಿಯ ಕೃತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿಬಿದ್ದ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜವಾಬ್ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹೊರಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ತಾಜಾವುದ್ದೀನ್ ಭಯೋತ್ಪಾದಕ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಮಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಕೊಡಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ.
Sagai Raj is joining us live from Bengaluru with more details on this. Sagai, this most definitely doesn't augur well for the Congress. Any details that have emerged right now about exactly what the role is of this Congress leader's son, Rishan?
See, so far the NIA has not revealed, but they were investigating yesterday in PA Engineering College in Mangalore, and following that, what we also get to learn is there were several other places where NIA had raided and investigated, and in that they have been arrested 2 people, and one of those guys, terrorist suspect, has been identified as Rishan, who had links with ISS, and now.
Okay, we've lost the connection with Sagai, but he's confirming for us that there is a link right now between Rishan and the ISIS. That's why he's been taken in. They are trying to get more details right now from the NIA, but this no doubt is going to trigger a huge political storm in Karnataka. That's all we have time for in this edition of 6 p.m. Prime. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up on the other side, it's a big India Today exclusive news break. We've been tracking every update in the Air India urination horror. Here for the first time from absconding Shankar Mishra's family on the other side of this short break.